That's Call of Duty.
Welcome again to the Y'all Don't Even Know show. This is our third episode. I'm SWAT. I got Narv,
What's up, everybody?
Kale,
How's it going?
Tito,
Hi, guys.
and Marcus with me.
Yo.
I will say before we get rolling, we are recording on a Friday. So this will be a very Friday-minded podcast for us, even though you will be partaking of this Tuesday after.
Partaking is a good word.
Thank you.
A nice
It's in the
big
vocabulary.
word. Big league.
Pulled it out of his inventory.
Yeah.
How many letters was that?
Partaking. 7. It's a
How about 8?
7-letter word. Not bad, though.
Pretty good for
He's
an
getting
outside
he's getting
guy.
better than usual.
I was impressed.
Cool.
Everybody stare at Jake till he says something.
Yeah, say something, bro.
Well, I'm deciding if you guys want to tell me if anything's new with your lives.
No.
I applied to a job.
Good for you.
Pitt, Ohio.
Thank you. No.
Oh, okay. Bro wants to work on the dock.
Who do you think I am, Nate?
I mean, he's making a gazillion dollars an hour.
I mean, he is making good money, but no, I'm not working on the dock. I'm trying to get out of the cold.
Real.
Trying to get out of the cold, get a set schedule.
Yeah. Mac, here I come, baby.
I'm right behind you.
Ooh,
Nice.
Mac Air.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a bunch of Mac merch.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
I put on 70 bumpers today.
Hey, if 70 bumpers is gonna pay the bills, I don't care.
You'll be a union
Just-
boy too.
Yeah. Just
Means
stand
you're
there
gonna
and
become a liberal.
turn 4 bolts.
I couldn't be a liberal when Daddy Trump's in office.
Real. Look at my shirt, bro.
Oh.
Daddy.
Hold up. Ah, it's backwards. Cut that from the record. Hold on.
You get the message.
Nice.
Fit check.
All right.
Shout out to Mama Watkins for the candy cakes. Tasty cake. What candy cakes?
Candy cakes.
Man, Aunt Brenda,
They're better
those-
than Tasty Cakes.
Those hit hard,
You know what else hits hard? Super Bowl commercials.
bro. You don't even want to know how much one of these things costs. Or do you?
How much do they cost?
Just lay it on us.
Dude, these things cost $7 million for 30 seconds of airtime.
30 seconds.
$7 million for 30 seconds of airtime.
Does that mean the 1 minute ones are 14 million, or do you get a discount?
It doesn't say, but I would assume that the 1 minute ones would just go right to 14 million.
That's well, if they want to get their brand out there, I guess they'll. Pay a lot of money.
What's also funny is there's one Super Bowl commercial I remember, and that's Puppy Monkey Baby. Through all the years, through all the money, that's the one I remember.
Mountain Dew.
Yep.
Nice.
Mountain
Puppy
Dew is
Monkey
goated for that.
Baby.
I remember the one at halftime they did for year 100 where they were like at a party and the football got loose. That was a good one. Probably no one remembers that.
So,
Was that with a bunch of
It was like all
NFL players?
yeah, they were retired and current, and like a football fell off a cake and they were all scrambling. For
Oh
it.
yeah, I
that was
remember that
awesome.
one.
that
was
was
a good
funny.
one.
That was one of those $14 million ones.
Yeah.
There was
I
a
like that one.
really old commercial. These I forget who made it, but they sent it was these aliens. They sent two aliens down to Earth, and they were to like learn stuff, and then they came back up to like the ship, then,
Mothership.
and they were like, "What did you learn?" And the alien just looks at him and goes, "What up?" And then they all just started doing that. That's my favorite Super Bowl commercial ever.
Honestly, the new ones are not even memorable.
Except
Like, I don't remember any one since like 2019.
you can't forget the Clydesdales though.
I guess. I don't know.
I think it's funny when you have like all these cool commercials, like unhinged commercials, and all of a sudden, like, a random car commercial comes on, like, bland, and you're like, what is this?
My question is, why can't they make these commercials all year round? Why do they save them specifically for Super Bowl Sunday?
Because they spend a gazillion dollars on them for
Well,
some reason.
I think because so many people watch the Super Bowl, it just makes sense.
Yeah, but if they were to make commercials like that all year round, it wouldn't cost as much money as it does to run a commercial during the Super Bowl. 'Cause the only reason it costs that much is because so many people are watching at that time.
The
I
ones
don't
that
know.
annoy me are the ones where it's just a QR code up on the screen. You have no idea what it's for, and you can't even log onto the website because everyone else is scanning it, and the website's crashing.
Wasn't there one
Get
last
Rickrolled.
year where it was the Fox broadcast, and then like on the bottom of the screen, like the taskbar or something or whatever it was showed up, and everyone was like trying to get rid of it, but it actually wasn't on your TV.
I
It was
think
on the commercial.
I remember that. I think I remember falling for that.
I
I
forgot.
vaguely remember
fuck
something
that?
like that.
I remember last year we were here for the Super Bowl
Yeah.
where I created my waffle taco. There it is.
Did I watch the Super Bowl last year?
I don't even remember who
Chiefs
played.
Niners.
I did
For
not.
the second time.
I think it was just such a lame matchup that
Yeah,
nobody
I
remembers it.
I was
I hated
so
both
mad.
teams, so I didn't watch.
It was red on red, so it just wasn't memorable.
Tired of Kansas City, and the Niners are trash. They are a trash organization with terrible fans.
I thought that was the Bills.
Now that's a
He'll
lot.
say that about anyone, honestly.
Nah, there's a couple fan bases out there that are chill.
The Kansas City fan base is made up of entirely blonde women.
True.
It's a bandwagon.
Oh, Travis.
Right now, I am
Shout
on, I am on the
Travis.
Denver fans. I'm on their side right now because they're arguing Bo Nix and Jaden Daniels. So I'll go Bo Nix all day.
I'll go Johnny Wilson for Offensive Rookie of the Year.
That's wild with his one touchdown.
He's gonna get it, bro.
He already did.
No,
Oh,
the
you're talking about
of the
Rookie
year.
of the Year. Yeah.
Oh, he's got that locked.
Locked.
Yeah. He's got as much of a shot as Will Shipley.
So, being as it's Friday, I remember back in the day when we were younger, we went out a lot.
A lot.
Every weekend when we would go to Chick-fil-A and bowling every weekend.
Yeah. That was back when I was good at bowling.
Before you busted your shoulder.
I can still do it.
What's y'all's high score in bowling?
220.
That's pretty good.
I think I'm a 270.
I think
That's
I'm
really
right.
good.
I think I'm right around Marv.
I have no idea.
I'm 176.
I might be like 250, but I'm pretty high. We were on the first name basis with the bowling alley attendant.
Yeah, we need to go bowling again.
What was his name?
I don't remember.
It's probably like Al or something like that.
Nah,
He looked like
he's
a
not
Kevin.
a-
He
he's
looked like
not
a
an
Kevin.
Al.
All I knew was he's a Jersey Devils fan. That's about it.
Yeah, he wore that Jersey Devil sweatshirt every day.
You saw him every day?
I think it was a jersey.
Every time I saw him.
Yo, it's crazy he still works there, actually.
I haven't seen him lately.
Well, we were there last time. He
it's
wasn't
his,
there.
Yeah,
Uh,
he was there last time.
Was he?
I didn't
Yeah.
see
I
him
didn't
last
see
time.
him.
I didn't see
I
him.
thought he was.
No, it was an old guy and his cohort.
You mean the guy
Cohort.
with the glasses?
Yeah.
The old.
The nerd.
It's
The-
funny
that
walking
guy-
in there. We used to run that thing, quote unquote, and then we walk in there now. They're like regular people. Like we used to be celebrities.
Well, pretty
really.
much.
He would save us a spot
There
every week
went.
too.
Oh, Jake was the one that
Lane
pulled it out.
13. That was
Hold your
us.
balls, please.
Yeah, I went up to the old guy at the desk or the cashier area this time. I was like, "Yeah, I'm a size 13 shoe," and he's like, "Are you sure about that?" I'm like, "Bruh, what?"
Yeah, bro was trying to make jokes.
The guy
It was
with the
bad.
glasses, he's in the leagues now there. I've seen.
Yeah, that's why he works there.
Yeah.
Gotta get his practice in.
I donate my time in order to get free bowling in.
Dude,
the guy with the
I
Pacer
would,
shirt.
I would like to. I would like to see if we could wipe some of those league guys.
I don't think so.
If we went back and played,
Like the
We
beginners,
would have
maybe.
we would have to get actual balls too. Like we couldn't use the alley balls.
Yeah, no house balls for these boys.
Yeah.
So-
We would actually be able to spin real balls.
Where did we migrate after Chick-fil-A? Like, what was our next?
Applebee's.
We did
Because I feel
Dominic's
like
for a
I was gonna say, I
long
feel-
Oh, we
time.
did
I
do
feel like-
Dominic's.
I feel like Dom's was in there.
Good old
Dominic's.
Dominic's. 2 slices of pizza, mozzarella sticks, half-gallon of tea.
Yeah, and that blonde,
much did that run you?
That old
waitress.
blonde lady?
$7.99.
She was nice.
She loved us.
Yeah.
Can't
I
get
would
that
get a cheesesteak and the loaded fries with bacon and cheddar cheese.
I usually got pasta.
And the birch beer. I think the birch beer there was good.
The
Pasta
birch
and
beer there was awesome. It was white birch beer.
now.
Yeah.
I need the
And now I just want to go to Cracker Barrel every weekend.
Cracker Barrel is fire.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Oh, their French toast is so good.
Yummy breakfast.
See, my problem with their breakfast is they don't give you enough food.
I was just there last week sometime, I think, and I got shepherd's pie. It was like hash brown casserole, shepherd's pie. Wasn't that good?
I will say that Cracker Barrel's breakfast is better at breakfast than it is at night.
Well, you would think so, because that's during breakfast time.
Stands to reason.
Kale just went for blood on that comment.
I recently went for their Monday only special. It's like chicken and rice with like a mushroom gravy.
He's on a
it.
diet.
That was really good. Like it was delicious.
Okay, now say it again.
Oh, chicken and rice with a mushroom gravy,
Okay.
I like mushroom.
Okay.
and
That
it
sounds
came
good.
with 2 sides. It was wonderful.
So what'd you get as the sides?
Mac and cheese and fried apples.
Okay, so would you say mac and cheese is your comfort food?
It's my go-to food. So I guess
So
if
yeah,
that's,
that would be a
if
comfort.
that's
I would
how-
say yeah, that's your comfort
Yeah.
food. Ooh,
Cracker
what
Barrel
is-
mac and cheese is amazing.
I get a
Agreed.
burger there. The burgers are pretty good.
Wawa's mac and cheese is pretty good.
Yeah.
Especially if you
It
get like the
tastes
older stuff and
fake.
it's a little crusty on top.
Wawa's mac and cheese tastes fake.
Yeah, I've had Wawa's cheesesteaks. Their beefsteak too much.
Dude, their beefsteak tastes fake.
Dominic's mac and cheese was pretty good.
It was.
You had to get the child size though because it was just such a massive
It was
plate.
huge.
Primo Hoagie's cheesesteaks are really good.
Yes, they are.
Primo Hoagies.
While we're talking about hoagies, we got a classic Lee's
Lee's
hoagie.
hoagie.
I like cheesesteak hoagies. That's where it's
Cheesesteak
at.
hoagies are fire, but buffalo chicken cheesesteak.
I like
Chili
cheesesteak
cheese
wraps.
dog.
Cheesesteak
I
wraps are
think
good.
I think there's something about the cheese in a cheesesteak wrap that just it's better than a regular cheesesteak in a bun. Or a roll. I don't know what it is, but
I like burgers with eggs on top.
It might be because there's
Oh,
like
Ooh, the
less-
continental burger.
there's like
less
less
bread.
bread. So you're getting more of the steak and the
That's right.
cheese.
I'd like to put pepper jack on a cheesesteak. I think that would be good.
Yeah.
The place up by your house,
Armettas?
no, Morty's.
Capo and Co.
Morty's.
Morty's was okay.
Morty's is decent.
Where's
I think they're overpriced. but
They're
I think-
definitely
I think they're
overpriced, but
good.
the food is good.
Is it by the empty lot?
Oh, yeah, by the
No,
triangle.
yeah, it's right in the triangle.
Okay. Oh, up there. Yeah, I know what you're talking
Mhm.
about.
I'm trying to think if I have a comfort food, and I just cannot think.
You know what's bothering me? How you say comfort.
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 It's comfort.
Comfort.
Yeah.
Comfort.
Yeah, he's like out here actually pronouncing it.
That
how
is
it's-
the communications fort.
Okay, so we're gonna go with comfort.
I feel like comfort food is it's like a thing when if you've had a long day at work, that's like the thing you want to eat when you come home.
You asked for it, homie.
Gotta go to the communications fort. Secure the perimeter.
Why would you go there?
Sorry, I had to once you guys started talking like that.
I was talking more like East.
You sounded German.
Far.
He was trying to go for Russian.
You
Russian,
sounded German.
Slovakian type. Bro said German.
Right for it.
Oh, okay. I'm good.
At Elon.
Oh, man.
Shout out to Elon.
Oh.
So yeah,
Ice cream, bro.
Let's get this back on track.
no, I like some goldfish and chocolate milk.
That's your comfort food.
Yeah.
Milkshakes.
Comfort.
Shut up. Go away. Turn
Popcorn.
his mic off now. All right, we're gonna move on.
That's
from
probably why I'm
that.
so fat, honestly.
Texas
On the
Roadhouse.
comfort activities.
That's a comfort food.
No, Texas Roadhouse gives me so much anxiety because of all the people.
Texas Roadhouse is constantly busy.
Dude, you
For
can,
no reason
Don't care.
at all.
Don't care.
you,
Their steaks are like all fat.
and they're like this big. Half of it's fat.
Take
You
that back.
you go by
New York
Texas
strip
Roadhouse
steak.
at any
I'm
time during
sorry.
the day,
If
and it's
you want-
packed.
If you
But
want a
overrated.
good steak, you're not going to Texas Roadhouse.
Although
No.
their chili's
I'm going
good.
to
I like
Tito's
their
house.
chili.
Where it's undercooked.
And the smoke detectors go off
Yes.
All of them at the same time.
constantly.
Get to your house, and there's sirens. When I get back there, I'm like, yeah, that was me. As I was just driving to his house.
Chaos in his wake.
yeah.
Q-Mart, that's a weekend activity too.
No.
Yes.
It's once in a while. I do need to get there though. That merch that you sent me, I need to.
It's
get.
gone, I bet.
Oh, it's gone. This weekend is the actually tomorrow is the auction for it.
Oh, I gotta get in there tomorrow then.
Go in the morning.
8 o'clock. Doors open.
Were all of you there last week, or was it just Mark?
I was there. He was there.
I was not there.
Justin was there.
Doing a Trump impression. Just throwing to the
I will
auction
buy the whole
store.
store.
Just going through the
buy
whole
the whole
auction
store.
I can buy all of this.
Wild.
Honestly, I'm gonna probably register at that store and bid on stuff randomly.
Can you do it
Some cool
online?
stuff.
I kind of was digging the fishing rods they had there.
Bro, they're
I
so
don't-
old.
I don't
Yeah,
know
but they
enough
would still
about
work.
it.
It's like getting stuff from Papa.
Papa States.
The real OG.
That's Brad.
Mark, you going ice fishing
Sure.
tomorrow?
I am not. Not
Who are you
tomorrow.
going ice fishing with?
Papa States.
I know. He told me that, and I'm like, oh, don't invite
I'm
You
me.
not.
guys just don't
Okay.
even care about me.
I didn't get invited.
Wow.
I didn't even get invited either. It's off. He's not even home from Texas yet.
What's he doing in Texas?
Working. Probably striper fishing too.
I hate that guy.
Is it warm down there right now?
It's probably warm, and they're probably playing baseball right now.
I don't know. Rob looked like he was pretty cold down in Florida.
Yeah, but that's Florida.
It's also
He's also
Rob.
like really north in Florida. He didn't go that far south.
Kinda. He's below the Panhandle.
The
Yeah, but you have to go down to the
Panhandle.
Keys to actually get really warm weather right now.
Like if you want it to be 80, you got to go to the Keys.
That's true. If you went down to where I was, it'd be about 70 right now. So yeah, if you want to get warm, you gotta go down to the Keys.
Phillies will be in Florida soon.
Oh man, they keep putting it on their Instagram. Every time I see it, I'm like, story.
Can't wait for another year of disappointment. Let's go.
Hooray.
Doesn't matter. It's gonna be fun till we get there.
Trey Turner making all the errors.
Shut up.
But still batting .330.
Yeah, don't give me any Trey
Hurt
Turner
half
slander.
the year.
Don't give me any
Yeah.
Trey Turner slander.
Trey Turner hate is not acceptable.
Okay, I'm not accepting Jalen Hurts hate.
No, because that's an actual thing that needs to be said.
I
can
won't-
hate
I won't-
Turner as much as you
I
hate
won't
Hurts,
accept
and
Hurts
I will
hate
do
either.
it.
Huh?
I won't accept Hurts hate either.
Well, too bad.
And that's why our sports podcast is going to be great, because I'm going to be hating on Turner, and you're going to hate on Hurts. and it's
Honestly,
just
Hey.
gonna be-
let's record right after.
We're talking
this.
about baseball.
Honestly,
Are you done with
guys want to
baseball now?
record right after?
Huh?
Are you done with baseball now?
No, well, we can be. I can talk about baseball 24/7.
Reese Hoskins is gone.
Dude, he's been gone.
Yeah, I know.
He's still catching up to him. He'll get over it
Do
eventually.
you still
We-
feel?
we-
Do you still feel hurt by that?
I still
I
feel
still
very.
He's
very-
got an
I feel
emptiness
very hurt by
right
that.
here.
I feel like we need Reese Hoskins.
At least he didn't go to Atlanta. Or New York.
We also need Harper to not be playing first base.
But Harper plays a good first base.
He's not worth that much money playing first base.
To play at the
What do
easiest
you
position to hide
mean?
someone.
He should be getting $50 million. Am I in the ballpark with that one?
No, he's not even close to making $50 million. He's making 30.
He should be making
$10 million a year.
He shouldn't be making money to play first base.
Pete Alonso.
First base is the easiest position on the field.
Pete Alonso's.
Can
I'm
confirm.
not a crash out.
Pete Alonso is literally about to make $25 million a year playing first base. Bryce Harper makes $30 million, and he's 10 times the first baseman Pete Alonso is.
What's your point?
Well, you got to remember, Harper, I think Harper got signed mainly for his offense. I mean, yeah, he's a good outfielder, but things he can do on offense is just...
Strike
But
out.
what you're missing is
Ground
right
out.
now
Mark, shut his mic
Oh.
off.
he's trying to set me off. What you're missing is Bryce Harper was signed before all the contracts went off. Him and Manny Machado are both making the same amount of money, and then after that, you got guys like Tatis who plays right field making over $400 million. Aaron Judge is making like 500 some million to play center field. Like, the Harper contract is so cheap in comparison for what you have.
It is true. I mean, Juan Soto's making enough money to...
Yeah, Juan Soto's making so much money, and his defense is literal.
Juan Soto is getting paid way too much.
Dude, it's such an
money.
overpay. He's making 3/4 of what Shohei's making, and he doesn't pitch. And he's not
Shohei
even
doesn't
close.
pitch.
He's not even close to the bat that Shohei is.
Holy overpay.
Okay, I'm saving. We can talk about this after this on the next podcast.
All right, Mark, give us some music.
We gotta talk to this guy.
Tito needs to give us something we don't know. Hopefully it's not sports related.
I'm gonna scare this kid.
It's slightly sports related, but not that sports related.
Let me listen to the music for a second.
Ba-da-da-da.
Okay. So for this week, the Y'all Don't Even Know is,
Brought to you by Tito.
yes, brought to you by me. Y'all don't even know that in the state of Pennsylvania, it is punishable by law to shoot somebody with a paintball gun if they are not playing in the game with you.
I mean, I didn't know that, but I think it would be kind of just assumed. You could probably get charges pressed against you if you shot somebody.
Yeah, and you definitely shot somebody.
I did.
Oh,
You
you
shot-
did.
You shot the ref, didn't you?
Well, he shot the ref, but the ref
Legally,
is
that's
The ref is
part
in
of
the
the field.
game,
He's not playing though.
but he's in the game because he's reffing.
He has consent to...
be shot.
Yeah, basically.
It's
Hey,
frowned.
he
It's
has a
frowned
mask on,
upon.
He's good.
It's frowned upon, but the
I was
ref.
like, I'm going to shoot this guy.
Yeah.
Hey!
So I didn't know that, but you would think common sense would carry.
Yeah, but I just thought it was interesting that it's punishable by law.
I could see some like kids
What,
going around
it's
thinking it's
probably
a
like a
prank and
fine
just
or
start shooting
something.
people
So
with a paintball gun. 'cause
Let's
they
say
think-
Community
somebody
service.
breaks into your house and all you have is a paintball gun.
Well,
They-
you're
can they
protecting
press
your
charges?
house then. No,
They're
'cause you're-
participating in the game.
Yeah, that becomes a game then.
Melee.
Just running
Where's
down the
my
stairs
shovel?
with a spear. You're just like,
Ooh, solid. Tito's like, "Where's my spear?"
get out the boxing gloves.
Dude, those boxing gloves make me so mad.
Imagine breaking into someone's house and they're like a professional MMA fighter.
Imagine breaking
And then
into
they're
someone's
just
house.
like, yeah, you're done.
Yeah, imagine breaking into someone's house with just boxing gloves.
You're like,
Gotta get you.
one hit, it's gonna kill them, right?
You come walking around the corner and they're just like,
That was a good one, Tito. I like
Yeah.
that.
All right, what's our note?
I like that.
The list is behind you too, Narf.
Yeah, but I can read that, and I don't have to turn around.
all right, Mark, lay this topic on us.
Topic me.
Oh, it's my turn, huh?
Mm,
Okay.
Give me a hot topic.
Okay, so this is an open conversation. I want to see what you guys think about this too. So first off, I want to hear your opinions on this. So I'm going to try and explain this the best way possible, but is our physical reality, like everything that we see, is it existing alongside of the spiritual reality, or is the spiritual reality in another dimension that is accessible to this reality?
Another
Does-
dimension that's accessible.
Have a whole nother world in that dimension.
I would say they are parallel with each other. I would say that they're like they occupy the same
Space.
realm. Yes.
They work
So,
hand in
so
hand.
our reality exists with the spiritual reality. They all are in this realm.
I would
Yeah.
say yes. I would say that in the way I would interpret the Bible being what I've read is that there's only one world that God created, not separate worlds everywhere or whatever. Two
So-
separate things.
So basically, you're saying that the way to access that realm is if you could take away the inability for us to see it, and then you would see it, not that you would have to go through some sort of interdimensional door to see that realm. You would have to, like, the veil has to be lifted, quote unquote. It's not that you have to go through an interdimensional portal.
It's not somewhere else. It's just invisible to us.
Right.
That's the way I would see it.
I agree with that.
Yeah, it makes more sense.
Yeah.
So
Because the Bible also says that Satan does have dominion of the world, right?
yes, correct.
Yeah, we handed it over.
So that was what he was aiming to get, not the spirit world.
Along those lines, then, I was thinking about if those two things are coinciding in one reality, and you tried to time travel, then since God created the construct of time for us to live in, if time travel was technically possible, then wouldn't you technically be breaking the law, God's law, then?
I think that's why time travel isn't possible.
Honestly, if I had access to go time, like in a time travel, I wouldn't even go to like major historical events. I'd just go like to my local areas and just see everything how it was like 200 years ago.
Would you kill a certain historical political figure?
No. I would, as I just said, go around in my local area and see how it used to be.
I think that altering the past is opening the door for the same issue in the future.
I think that if God keeps records of like salvation and things like that, then if we could go back and change timelines of people, then I think that we could technically change the salvation timelines too.
Yeah, that would make sense.
So I feel like
because
that
people would be already destined to heaven or hell there,
right.
and then it would just mess it up, and it would just not work out because that's how he had already planned the entire thing. Because everything's set in stone.
So that's just my segment. I get to thinking really deep on things.
That's some deep thinking, which I was not prepared for.
It's past my bedtime. Expect me to think?
That's exactly where I'm at.
Yeah, I was up at 5 o'clock this morning.
Me too, because I forgot to set my alarm.
What are you usually at 4:30?
He has to go make his
Yeah.
steak and eggs.
Ooh, steak and eggs, baby. Uncalled for.
Oh, so this should be. I like laughing at other people's failures, which is pretty sad because it didn't happen to me, and I'm happy when something unfortunate doesn't happen to me.
I just like laughing at people.
So, what we want to talk about now is about recent L's, recent failures that you've gone through or had in your life. So, if anybody else wants to start while I fix my mic again.
I slipped and fell down the stairs while I was shoveling snow. It hurt.
Oh man.
They were concrete stairs. It hurt.
Oh, did you break your tailbone?
No, actually.
What'd you land
Did
on?
anybody watch you?
No. But my pride was hurt. I fell down on like my side.
Ooh,
Ow.
that stinks.
Yeah, if I was any older, I'd have broke my hip.
For real. How old
One
are
more
you?
year.
I did that on vacation a couple years ago. I
Broke
was
your hip?
getting into the pool and I like slipped and came right down on my tailbone. And I just felt it for the rest of the week.
Dude.
It hurt so bad.
Tailbone injuries.
And
are
Nathaniel was
horrible.
cackling at me the whole time.
Dude,
And he was doing that thing where he's like,
Yeah, makes you want to. Don't you just want to punch him?
yeah, I was about to cry.
Yeah.
I was in so much pain. He was just here smacking me.
That's when you just turn around and punch him in the head.
I
You
was
just
about
send that dude
to.
to the
Just
moon.
drop him.
You're like, you know what?
So my recent L happened yesterday morning. We all can
Relate.
relate to this. No,
I'm waiting
I
to
was gonna
relate.
go. I was gonna go for a better word than that.
Okay.
We all can relate to this. My Wawa gift card did not work for me. It was empty.
Oh, That's
Ain't
tough.
that the worst?
Was there a line behind you?
There's always a line at
Oh
Wawa.
no. You're just there like, why is it not going?
And then it's going, wait for the cashier, and I'm like, come on, bro.
Were you at the self checkout?
Yes.
Oh, that's the worst.
Or it's actually worse when there's a cashier, I think, because then you're just like
They're
they're
like,
just staring
bro,
at
you're
you.
just like-
there was nothing wrong with that. You're gonna have to pay for more. Your total still is $12.
Can you just give it to me, please?
I broke. I played with a gift card. Do you know on the Wawa app you can actually load your gift cards onto it and
Yep.
pay with them on there?
Yep.
That's sweet.
Tito, what's your L?
My L?
Mark?
Give me a second to think.
All right, while you think, I'll tell you mine. So, with the recent snow that we had, I was the first part of it was me and Kale were cleaning up at Grammy's, and so I went to put my truck into 4-wheel drive, and apparently the hubs don't lock now because I've been having issues with that. So there I am, stuck in Grammy's driveway, trying to get up and get down, and it was all sorts of problems. Then the big L came when we went to go try and clean out at the States, because Papa States is in Texas. And so I pulled in semi on the grass, semi in the driveway, and I really got stuck there. I thought I could just back out. But because of how the snow was, all of it was getting packed into the tread, so I was absolutely getting nothing. So I struggled with that for a while, and then I finally got it to a point where I could take it up onto the road. So I quick gunned it, and I got the front up onto the road, and then as I was trying to get the back end up, I slid all the way to the right and smacked a stop sign clear over. And
Oh,
it
yeah.
took out the whole stop sign.
Did you
Yeah.
dent the truck?
Yeah,
Did
I
you
did,
steal
yeah.
the stop sign?
Truck is dented on the... No, I didn't.
Wait, you didn't?
Dude, once you take the sign down, you gotta take it.
Yeah, but it's on their property. I don't need the township coming out after them.
It's on whose property?
On the States.
Dude, they just...
you take that, bro.
Yeah, they just... The township comes down, they're like, hey, what happened? Oh, somebody hit it, and then the sign disappeared. You can check our house, it's not in here.
I left it. And
Dude,
it's-
I drove away and he calls me. He's like, "I'm stuck. I need help." I drive back and I'm pulling up to it, and I see this stop signs knocked over, and there's just the whole entire front lawn is just torn up, and I'm just like, "Mark, did you do this?" And he's like, "Yes."
Yeah, Marcus created more plow damage than I did plowing.
It was crazy.
Wait, you hit that with your truck?
Yeah.
Oh,
the
Marcus is glad
boy.
his father-in-law's still in Texas.
Yeah. yeah.
I texted him and I told him about it. He's like, "Oh, don't worry about it."
2 yards of soil grass seed.
Bro, would have been like, I'll see you in the spring.
That's why the fishing trip got canceled.
Ooh.
He's like, "Boy,
Because I will teach you.
Go ahead, Tito.
how many Saturdays do you got?"
Dad's waking you up for 15 hours of manual labor Saturday morning.
It'll take 5 minutes.
I still need to think. I have to remember. Most of my L's happen at work. And I try to forget work when I'm not at work.
I have a tailbone story while we wait.
Another one.
Kale, I want you to tell the story of your L on vacation this past year.
All right, you do that, then I'll tell the
I
tailbone
remember we
story
were
if he's not
walking
ready.
out to the...
Oh man. Yeah, we were walking out to go fishing, and the boardwalk on the way out
Ooh.
has exposed nails that I completely forgot about, and I'm walking out, and I take off like probably like a I don't know. It was a really deep cut, but it would not stop bleeding. It took off like a whole flap of skin.
It was about 1 inch long and
The nail head
Cut
was
blade.
sticking up.
Yeah, and
Attaboy.
I hit it with my foot, and my like an inch amount of skin just went.
Dude,
could
I hate
feel
to
that.
laugh.
Stitches.
I hate to laugh, but you did that, and then you like reached down, and you were like, you're holding your ankle, and I'm like, is he dancing? I was like, no, I'm like, no, wait, he hurt his ankle, and then you like lift your foot up, and I'm like, oh, that happened.
Yeah, I'm leaving a trail of blood along with me, and Jake's tracking it like I'm a deer.
He's gotta be down here somewhere.
I'm just down on the beach, just sprawled out.
There he is.
Grabs his
Go,
knife and starts gutting me.
go 20, baby. Let's hear this tailbone story.
Okay, so
Okay.
if you remember a couple years ago, we were playing football, and it was so cold outside. It was frozen. The ground was frozen.
I mean, every year.
It was like the yeah, but it was like the last play of the day. This was to like seal the game. I was playing safety, and they sent, I think it was Matt Park. They sent deep, and it was a jump ball, and I went up to stop it, and I jumped straight. I went like up and back, and as soon as I got up there, I was like, okay. I lost my balance. I'm not landing on my feet here. I landed directly on my tailbone.
Oh man.
I couldn't walk that night.
Oh man.
That's the worst when you just know you aren't controlling what your body is doing at the moment, and you're just like, oh well.
Yeah, did you ever get that pain where you just feel it in your stomach? Because it hurts so bad.
Yeah.
That was the pain I had.
And it's a cold day too. Everything just hurts.
Yeah,
20
everything
times
already
worse.
hurt. Yeah, it already hurt, and then the tailbone and on top. That was bruised.
And you
for
go
sure.
home and you just feel the cold into your spine.
nice.
Thanks,
I got hurt covering Matt too the one time.
dude. He's a beast.
I went.
He's a path of destruction.
Yeah.
It was a deep ball again, of course, and I went up to like block it like with my left hand, and my arm came down, and my arm got stuck like this because something in my shoulder went, and it went like, and I just felt like my shoulder separated from my torso,
Oof.
my upper body.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know how I got up over top. Like, I was under him. The ball was slightly underthrown, but I managed to get up over top of him and knock that ball away. Great play, but my tailbone did not. My tailbone did not.
Wait, was it a
agree.
touchdown?
I was the defender. I was the save the game. I knocked it away.
Oh, okay. I was like, man, if it was a touchdown.
That was the year that you and me were locked down at safety. But for some reason, we were playing single high at that time.
I'd like to get back to that.
It's nice being such a good corner that nobody throws your way.
Me for real.
Oh man, I miss the 2023 tropics.
All right, let's wander back into it. Thank you. Let's wander back into it.
All right, let's talk about sodas. honestly.
Let's talk about the top 3 sodas right now.
So we're ranking sodas
Like my rank of top 3?
or mutual agreement.
I say mutual agreement.
Mountain Dew.
Top 3 sodas.
Okay, cherry Pepsi's on there.
Yes.
Okay, Mountain Dew, which flavor?
Straight.
Yeah, if not straight Code Red.
Let's go top 5.
No, Code Red's nasty.
You're nasty. Bro.
I don't get down with Code Red either.
If I'm getting a Mountain Dew flavor, it's going to be Voltage.
Are we? What type of soda are we talking? Just straight from
Just
the
soda.
can? Because it's
Soda.
But Dom's Birch
Because-
beer counts.
Because I could say like Red Robin's Cherry Coke. Delicious.
Yes.
Fire.
Pretty
Voice
much
crack.
anywhere where they don't actually have pre-made, they have to mix it, is really good Cherry Coke.
Pennsylvania Dutch birch beer or root beer, whatever that is.
Never had it.
The white one with the yellow label.
Yeah.
Yes.
That stuff's so
I-
good it gives me a headache.
Or some Lancaster made root beer. Sorry, Jake, I didn't mean to interrupt.
You're fine. I think that birch beer is too strong.
That's what I mean. It gives me a headache, but it's good.
It is so good. I had the A-Treat red cream soda.
Oh.
That's
top five.
amazing.
That is top five.
That
What
is
about the
good.
orange cream?
I would rather the red
I
one.
would rather the red, but the orange cream is also really good.
The orange cream I think is too sweet. The red cream was like more of a creamy flavor.
Yeah, facts.
Does root beer hit the top 5?
Only if it's mug.
I like Barks, honestly.
Barks is more
Mugs
sharp. Barks is really tangy.
But
is if you're doing root beer floats.
Mugs is root beer float root beer.
best,
So
There are different root beers for different things.
okay.
best root beer I ever had was down in West Virginia. They made it themselves. It was extremely amazing.
Okay, so
Them Hicks down there in West Virginia, huh?
Oh, it was good.
Were they cousins?
You never
Probably.
know.
What do you guys think about grape soda?
No.
It's gross.
Absolutely not.
the
Nasty.
Fanta. It's
I-
not it.
I don't know.
I have something to say, but I won't.
I like.
we all have something to say. But we
yeah.
won't.
We all know what you're gonna say.
What's
Want to
the-
say?
There's like a Reading soda company.
right
They
here.
have sarsaparilla. That's pretty good.
So
Ooh, the
Over
A-Treat
at Mario's?
sarsaparilla.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, so what are we saying? We're saying cherry Pepsi. We're saying Mountain Dew. We're saying
and cherry
Cream
Coke.
soda.
cherry Coke. Huh?
Cream soda.
Boom.
Cream soda. Then we need one more.
Fanta, orange.
No.
Sprite?
No, I don't like Sprite.
I've been getting
Starry?
down with some Starry.
I don't do Sprite.
Sprite's better than Story.
Starry, the old Sierra Mist.
Yes.
Star's alright.
Starry's good.
I'd rather drink Mountain Dew.
What's the one we got with Justin? Twist.
Oh,
Twist up,
Squirt.
Twist out.
Squirt.
There we go. Yeah.
Eh, I don't
It's-
think Squirt
Squirt's
hits the top
fun.
5.
What is it?
How about
Grapefruit.
just good old Dr.
Yeah, it's
Pepper?
I don't like
no
grapefruit.
caffeine. It's pretty good for what it is.
I don't remember what regular Dr. Pepper tastes like. Nathaniel's been buying cherry Dr. Pepper for so long.
Bro,
It makes me
low key,
sick.
the cherry Dr Pepper is not good.
It's not.
No.
It's terrible. But normal Dr. Pepper is fire.
It is.
Mr.
It's
Pibb.
really good.
Mr. Pibb is fire.
Yeah.
I would drink Mr. Pibb before Dr Pepper.
Someone that Dad likes. I can't remember.
Cheerwine.
Yeah,
Cheer wine. That's on my
yeah,
top.
That's a good one.
That's on my top easy.
All right, so Cheerwine takes the 5th spot.
Honorable mentions are Starry,
Sprite,
Starry and Sprite.
Dr. Pepper,
Sprite tastes too much like water to me.
I can see that.
McDonald's Sprite.
Yeah. You go to McDonald's.
It's different.
Don't hate on McDonald's.
I'm not. Okay, never mind.
Trump works there.
Facts. Donnie boy.
Wait, did we say Mountain Dew top 5?
Yes.
I have Mountain Dew in my top 5.
All right.
The straight
Let
green.
me write down.
Yeah.
Let me write
Top
down
5.
these real quick. that
I
we said.
think Mountain Dew has so many flavors. It's kind of hard to be like agree on one.
Just Mountain Dew in general.
yeah. Because I could be like, oh, I like Code Red, and you guys are like, no, I like
Voltage.
Voltage.
Yo, what's the
And it's-
Walmart? Oh, Mountain Lightning, right?
Yeah, it tastes like the syrup way too much.
Yeah. Any of those great value brands are trash. Nathaniel loves Dr. Thunder, and I hate it.
It's because it's cheap and you can buy it in bulk.
You can buy a 24.
Cheerwine.
Wait, where's Cherry Pepsi at?
I would rather Cheerwine than Cherry Pepsi.
And what was the last
That's
a
that's
hot
a
take.
miss. Nope.
What was the
Nope.
last
Nah,
nope, nope,
that's a
nope,
make.
nope.
Cherry-
That is literally a Steph shot from half
Cherry
court right
Pepsi
into
was
the
last
net.
one.
That is such a hot take. That is so hot. Oh.
No, I'm telling you, I'd rather Cheerwine than Cherry Pepsi.
Okay, let's do it this way. If you're on Instagram
Why are cherry sodas so
and
good?
you see the post for the
It's
third
easy to
episode, comment your top 5 sodas
Well-
and tell us
We should add that list into the.
It's
post.
not really necessary.
tell us if Cherry Pepsi is better than Cheerwine.
I'll put a poll
Or
up
vice
on our
versa.
story too.
Well, the thing is, I don't think Cheerwine gets a lot of exposure though, because
It's a southern thing.
yeah, up around here it's only in like Giant, and it's like hidden. You really won't find it.
Yeah, but you're
Make
saying
Cheerwine
you're
great
saying Cheerwine is better than Cherry Pepsi.
Yeah,
It's only because he can't get it as much as cherry Pepsi. I guarantee.
See, I don't agree with that.
It tastes better.
I
There's
don't agree with
It
that.
doesn't
it's a
taste
better
better.
taste.
No. Cheerwine is good, but it's not better than cherry Pepsi. Or cherry Coke, for that matter. Cheerwine is 100% my 5th soda on that list.
So if you had, all right, we're putting all of these in a can: Mountain Dew, cream soda, cherry Coke, Cheerwine, and cherry Pepsi. Which one are you grabbing first?
Can we do bottle instead, like glass bottle?
Well, I was getting there.
Oh, okay.
Mountain
We're
Dew.
We're just gonna do cans.
Well, I'm saying
first.
cans first.
Mountain Dew.
I'm
I'm going after
I'm going
Mountain Dew.
for the can.
Yeah, me too.
I'll go cherry Pepsi.
You're so disgusting.
There's just something about the cherry Pepsi.
It's the one soda he found he
let me
doesn't
have
only
some.
take a quarter of and then puts it down.
Wait, are we putting Minute Maid, the lemonade, in the soda?
No, it's not a
it's not a
soda.
soda.
Okay.
I fail to see what
That's
is so appealing
100%
about
lemon
that.
juice, man. It's
All
all
right, Mark.
natural.
Dude,
Oh, wait, did
Minute
you say out of a
Minute Maid is
can?
literally
Mountain Dew.
lemon juice and diabetes.
I have diabetes now because of it.
I want some, just a
The
little.
cherry Pepsi is just not it.
You're not it.
Cherry Pepsi is watered down Coca-Cola.
Yes.
It's just horrible.
I
would
think
never
Pepsi
drink, I
is
would
better
never
than Coke.
voluntarily drink Pepsi.
Didn't
think
we have
Pepsi's
this
better than
conversation?
Now,
Well, we're having it again.
Yeah,
the problem-
Pepsi is better than Coke.
Pepsi is better than
How
Coke.
do you think Pepsi is better than Coke?
because after you drink Coke for so long, like,
Coke leaves such a bad
you
aftertaste.
want something different. It's the
Pepsi
same
is just
thing
a
as
little
Coke.
sweeter.
After-
Coke makes when I drink
it has
Coke,
a stronger
I
syrup
feel
flavor.
like my insides are like being eaten alive.
Bro, Coke fresh from the tap is
Now that's
just-
good.
Mhm.
I don't like regular Coke, and I don't like regular Pepsi, and I don't like cherry Pepsi, but cherry Coke is where it's at.
So if we're talking those five, and then we're saying a glass bottle, I'm
Cream
going cream
soda.
soda.
Cream soda closely followed by Cheerwine,
Cheerwine number 1.
very closely followed. But cream soda.
I just don't get the
In a
hype
glass
around
bottle, I'm
Cheerwine.
going
I
after
don't
cream
get it.
soda over Cheerwine.
Yeah, give me a glass bottle of cream soda,
Yeah.
You almost need to drink cream soda out of a glass bottle.
dude. It's
There's
fire.
no other way to drink it.
You get like the generic brand like cream sodas, and they're just like, eh.
Yeah,
It
great
just-
value.
Yeah.
A-Treat is the way to go with that.
A-Treat's 100%
Definitely.
the way to go.
I just
Cheerwine over cherry Pepsi.
I can't do it.
That's just.
I'm gonna throw a tantrum here in a minute over that take.
I think Dr. Pepper out of a bottle's gross.
Yeah. Dr. Pepper,
cherry
if
Dr.
it's-
Pepper out of a bottle is better than out of a can.
Honestly, when you go to the store and you're looking, like if you go to Wawa and you see all the bottles in the fridge, like Dr. Pepper is definitely not the first one you're grabbing. Just looking at
Sometimes you look at it
No.
and you go, yeah, you can get
No.
a good Dr. Pepper.
I'm grabbing
Dude, I
Minute
look
Maid.
at a Mountain Dew or a Coke honestly first.
Well, Mountain Dew's my favorite soda, so.
Same.
I guess maybe there's some people who are like, oh, Dr. Pepper, let me grab that.
I think
You just
Dr.
wanna switch it
Pepper
up.
out of a can.
Dr.
Fire.
Pepper, if it's
Fire.
not if it's not cold, it tastes terrible.
Oh yeah, it has to be cold.
Honestly, soda in general, if it's not cold, it might as well be gasoline.
Tito, don't you like it flat?
I don't like it flat, but I don't have an issue drinking it flat.
Psycho.
That's weird.
I mean, if
Like,
I
I'm
leave
not
it-
going to throw a whole bottle of soda away if it's flat. I'll drink it. I don't care.
Going back to the glorious Minute Maid.
I'm
I'm trying to think about what other sodas there are.
There are none. We've covered everything.
We've covered just about everything.
Yeah,
Ooh,
we've got our
cranberry
top five.
ginger ale.
It's not bad, but like
all right.
I'm not going out of my way to eat it, drink it.
There's an
Yeah.
all natural ginger ale that they have in some stores. That's pretty good.
No one likes all natural sodas. It's too healthy for you.
How about
Oh.
the extra ginger ale, the one that comes in the purple?
I've never seen that before.
You mean
What?
the black raspberry ginger ale?
Okay, how
Oh,
about
that's
I got
strong.
another one for
Oh,
you.
is that cranberry?
If
No,
It's
that's
like
not
black
cranberry.
raspberry,
Oh.
and it's like super strong.
There
for
is
no
no
reason.
ginger ale that's actually good if it's not Canada Dry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very accurate.
Every other
the
ginger ale
Seagram's
is just,
ginger ale is just disgusting.
yeah, Schweppes, same thing.
Schweppes,
Schweppes.
Schweppes is just mid. Schweppes.
It was not.
Good old
I
Schweppes.
just had to reach out.
Okay.
I'm not
I
you.
wasn't sure about
I am
that
not
one.
you, bro.
Dude, I can feel another.
Stop. Just stop.
Yeah, let's put a stop to this. Mark, info, etc., etc.
Okay. You can follow all of our podcasts. We have, what's the new one called, Narv?
Run it through the stop sign. Run it through the stop sign will be coming very, very soon.
That'll be the new pod, all
will-
sports.
Yeah, we will be covering all things sports. Philly sports, national sports. We might even make fun of some international sports.
There you go. We got a few things.
At
Soccer.
At cricket.
Yo,
Hey,
do not hate on cricket.
At cricket.
Rugby.
Do not
Hey.
hate on rugby.
Jordan,
Dude,
Jordan
rugby is
Mailata.
not-
Jordan
do
Mailata.
not hate on
Rugby is
I
a lot
wasn't
of fun
hating
to
on
watch.
rugby.
Just watching someone get pummeled.
Honestly,
Sumo
Sumo wrestling.
yeah,
I'll say if you're
that
li-
is-
if you're listening to this and you make it through the whole episode, good on you.
yeah, we
Good
got,
on ya.
We got a little off track tonight, but we will get better.
We're just having fun.
Like, share, comment.
We're learning.
Vote for Cheerwine.
Do
Yeah,
not
we
Do
got
not
a
vote
show.
for Cheer
For
Wine.
cheer wine.
Cherry
Do
Pepsi.
not vote Cherry. Team,
Cheerwine.
Team Cherry.
Pepsi.
Team Cherry Pepsi.
Cheerwine.
Do not give me the limp fish.
Yeah,
anyway.
just vote for Cheerwine and Cherry Pepsi's mid.
Bruh, give me the music.
We have a lot of stuff planned, so
Sure.
keep an eye
Done
out,
with this
guys.
conversation.
We hope
I'm done with this.
hope y'all enjoyed it.
I guess they're out, bro. Just you and me now.
That's because Cherry Pepsi rules.
Yeah, that's because we're the goats. Cherry Pepsi's goated. Go Birds, baby.
Go Birds.
Cheerwine.
Bro, that's so much of a hot take you had to whisper it.
Yeah. Let's hear you say it out loud, bro.
It's Cheerwine is better than Cherry Pepsi.
Get off my mic.